Good morning, YouTube. I got the old Capri ratchet out again and the snap-on ratchet because I wanted to show them to you next to the Tekton. Now, they finally put a comfort grip on their ratchets, and I gotta tell you, I like it a whole lot. Now, I've been somewhat of a fan of their 90-tooth ratchets ever since they came out. The locking, or the flexes anyway, they have that nice detent in them. Now, they don't lock. They don't have a lock function, but that detent is nice and snappy, and they stay in the position you put them in. I wanted to compare that to the new Capri, and, the old tried and true here. And I'll tell you, you'll notice that on both of these, the handle is a little fatter. Now that is a through tang in that grip, and that handle is nice and fat. I like it. It fits good in the hand. I wish this particular ratchet was just a little bit longer. If it was an inch, maybe 2 inches longer in length, I think it would be ideal. But look, they made the effort. The only problem I've ever had with my Tekton ratchets is they didn't feel good in the hand. Other than that, honestly, they've all been really functional. And I think they fixed it. And I think we're going to be seeing more of these pretty soon. Now, it is a screw-on faceplate, just like everybody else. The back drag on these is very similar. Actually, on all three, it's very similar. And nobody's going to beat the snap-on, in my opinion. I'm just biased. I'm sorry. That's just what, it's the way it is. But there is nothing wrong with either the Capri or the Tekton. You just have to think of them for what they are. It's a mid-grade line. They do offer great quality for the amount of dollars you have to spend on them. And, their warranty process has been pretty easy for me. If I break something, I send them a picture, they send me a new one. But I haven't broken a whole lot. Their sockets are very high quality. I haven't broken one of their ratchets yet. Now, I know one guy has said he got one to bind. I haven't had that issue. The only ratchets I ever had bind on me were the original Icon and that stupid Titan ratchet. That thing's a piece of junk. It kind of makes me wary of my VIM ratchet, but that one I've also had no trouble with, either 1/4 or 3/8. But I think we're going to see really good things from these Tektons. Now, another thing I want to show you, we'll just get these up out of the way, is these guys here. Now, I was buying a big set of hex and Torx and triple squares from Sunex, which that's a set I've wanted for a long time. And these guys here popped up for less than 40 bucks on Amazon. And I said, I've got pretty much everything else in the Nano line. I gotta have these. And they do not disappoint. They've got that beautiful aluminum rail that actually says Astro on the bottom. It goes from 4 all the way up to 24. Now, if you pop one of these off, take a look at the bottom. That lead edge is nice and rounded. Your hole for your detent ball is nice and big. This is a very well-made socket. Now, you are going to see this very same socket here with probably Capri, maybe without the rounded, or maybe round at the bottom. That'll say Capri, and then you'll see the same thing with a Matco label on it and a Cornwell label on it. A bunch of guys are going to rebrand this thing before too long. I like to get the Astro version. I'm still kicking myself that I never got the wave drive sets before they became kind of exclusive, those end wrenches. But I think that kind of became Capri's mainstay, and now a couple other guys are selling those wrenches. You can't get the Astros anymore. And I like Astro. We've got a warranty center out here in El Monte that's kind of close to home. And they've always been really good to me. I've never had a problem with any of their stuff. Love the Onyx line, love the Nano line, love those little impact wrenches. The flexes, the little palm ratchets are fantastic. I'll have one of those in a video pretty quick. And you know how I feel about the OG, the little regular straight-handled Nano ratchets. They're impact wrenches. A little baby 3/8 that weighs nothing with 500 foot-pounds. I mean, you just can't go wrong. Anyway, I thought I'd show you guys that stuff this morning. And I got one more big item. Let me pull that out. Alright, I love these box sets from Sunex. And I always save the cases. But I think these are going to go on rails. Bear with me as I try and keep my toenails out of the video. Let's crack this thing open. Let's see what kind of goodies are inside. Now, I just see dollars and dollars upon dollars and dollars here when compared to buying off the truck. I mean, look at your extended length. You know, your 4 to 12 and your 3/16 to 1/2 inch. You got your triple squares here. They're going up to 16. You've got your metric hex, and you are going 19 down to 10 there. 8 down to 6. You got regular Torx. Looks like 10 to 50. Let's see, 1/4 to 3/4 short hex or stubby hex. I believe I already have those in Astro, but nothing wrong with having more than one set. Now here's your mid-length up to 5/8. 5/8 and 14 millimeter on one side, down to 4 and 3/16 on the other. Looks like you got some more Torx. Let's see, 20 to 55. Now let's see, is one of these sets tamper-proof? Let's take a look. That is regular. What are these guys down here? They say H on them. Oh, yep, tamper-proof. So in a nutshell, you got your triple squares, your tamper-proofs, your stubby hex, your standard or mid-length hex, your extended hex, and your E-Torx up here. Now, you know, those Astro Nanos I just got, you know, you can put the wrench on them and make them kind of into your own little mountain wrench, but there ain't nothing wrong with these guys. Except you got, let's see, what looks like a 5 to a 14, where the other set goes from 4 to 24. So it's a little more complete. But for something to get you started, this set here, for, I think I paid $140 for it on Amazon. Or if you can give that business to your tool truck. I mean, that's just a fraction of what you're going to spend on the Snap-on truck or the Mack truck or the Matco truck. And it's got a wide enough array to get you going for most of the jobs you're going to need. Sunex is real good about having small sets. And I know they've got some that'll go bigger and go smaller. They've got some dedicated stuff. Sometimes you can pick that up from Astro or from Gray, you know, like big Torx, T70, T100, stuff like that. I run into these large hexes working on equipment and machinery. Not a lot of guys are going to need, you know, a 3/4 inch hex, but when you do, you got to have it, you know. This is a beautiful set. Well, now last, we can't do a ratchet comparison without having the ratchet that all other ratchets should be judged by, front and center. And that is your Snap-on FH80. Simple, durable, Not super expensive, believe it or not. I mean, some of these guys are 250 bucks. This guy was 144. And a lot of the times, if you're patient, if you pay attention and you ask the question, you can get one on promo. You know, it'll come in a set, or come with a quarter, or come with something that you need, or something that you want. You know, need has never stopped me. But there's our little Tekton guy, our little Tekton Comfort Grip 3/8. That is a good grip. Now, I have used this ratchet. While it is just a tad bit short, you know, it just comes in about an inch shorter than the other guys. It's full tang. The lock function on this is fantastic, or the detent, I should say. Positive clicks. It stays where you put it. And it doesn't feel like the gear wrench, like it's going to loosen up over time. Once it's in a position, it's pretty solid. The anvil, nice and solid in there. Back drag is really good. I have never had a problem with my Tektons, and I think this one is going to be just fine. You know, I usually grab, if I can, I grab a straight handle. I won't lie to you. I got these in flex just so I would have them, but I usually grab a straight handled ratchet first, and usually the next size up, which would probably be a 9 or 11, if it'll fit. So that might be what I'd be looking at with this guy. I would probably be looking to pick up the next size up. Not that I need it, but that guy is going to work great for a lot of tight spaces. Same with the little 1/4 inch guy there. And I believe they make a 1/2 inch flex, but with about a 14 inch handle. That guy comes in real handy, and it's plenty stout. The head's nice and compact. Just something to think about, an alternative for you. Anyway, please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll have some pretty neat content coming up pretty soon. We're going to be putting the race car together. We've got some more mini bike stuff to do, which I'll give you a little preview of on the way out. And you know, that's about it. Thank you for watching. Here's a real quick one for you guys. I just bought these. That's your snap-on version of, I would say, a Channel Lock 909. The greatest trailer pliers you'll ever run across. These are really nice. They're forged. I mean, what can I say? They're snap-ons. Now, I tried to get me a set of these. I do have the little Vim version, which is not the same. Don't be fooled, guys. No, I like Vim tools. I think they're great. They're affordable, but no, they are not the same as the snap-ons. Now, the thing about this particular set, we have a forklift mechanic that comes by and deals with our pallet jacks and forklifts, because I am not up to date with all the wiring and the computer and the code and all the stuff on those. I just do not have the time to learn how to be a forklift mechanic or a pallet jack guy. So Julio comes by and does that stuff. And in a rush to get out of there, he left these behind. Now, for a lot of people, the temptation would be, ooh, throw those in the toolbox, score. Well, no, we make our living with our tools, and I immediately called him and said, hey, you left your pliers behind, you know, your wire strippers, your crimpers, and he says, oh, okay. So I threw them in the truck so that nobody else gets their dick beaters on them, because they will disappear, and the next time he comes around, he is going to get these babies back. In the meantime, my guy's out of stock on them, so maybe he'll do me a solid and pick me up a set. I'd be happy to take the old ones and pay for the new ones, because these are bitchin'. But, you know, we can make a choice. You can do the right thing, or you can be a dick. And in this particular situation, I figured, hey, let's do the right thing. Let's call them and say, hey, I got your pliers. I'd be pissed. I mean, I know I get pissed if I lose something. And it's easy to do when you're in a hurry. Anyway, that's just a quick one. Have a great day, guys.